Hello and welcome to Peeves and Cues, a weekly podcast where we ask each other questions and talk about what's annoying us each and every week. However, today is something very special and different.
It's our 50th episode!
It's our 50th episode, and so in a form of celebration, shall we say, we've decided to take a look back at what we've done here over the past 50 episodes.
That's right. We'll be looking back and picking out our favorite clips from our last 50 episodes.
Yes, these will be either the funniest or our most embarrassing
or memorable
moments from the show, and hopefully this will be a good jumping on point for a lot of people who might not have listened before.
That's right. Well, where are we starting?
Well, why don't we start with a story that I find to be particularly cheesy. Yeah, that'll make sense in a minute. So this is a story of our one-time guest, Jordan, making himself a nice snack. And this is the story of his worst injury.
So when I was, it was the second time I was taking 7th grade.
That's a great way to start a story.
So it would have been 12.
Okay.
I was 12, and it was the summertime, and so I was making nachos and cheese. Just warming up cheese in the microwave. Well, the cup I used was this cup I've had since I was a child. It was like a Winnie the Pooh cup, but it had a handle on it, like a mug. And I was holding it by the handle, and it was just out of the microwave, so really hot. And I went to grab the chips off the top of the fridge. And so when I grabbed the chips with a fist, it jerked the bowl that the cheese was in, and the cheese catapulted onto my lower chin, and it burned through my epidermis down to the dermis.
This is how Two-Face is made.
I mean,
literally how.
I mean, kinda, yeah.
You just add hot cheese in your Two-Face. Yeah.
I need a fucking vat of hot cheese.
I had about, not quite a fist size, but like half a fist, a baby fist size burn on my chin.
Wow.
And also, the hair grows there now, but when I started to get my beard, it took like an extra 2 years for that hair to come in. Yeah, I severely burned my face. And then, fortunately, it healed up before I started at a new school.
Great.
Jordan, that would have been a weird story to start with.
Jordan, that story is as painful as it is delicious. And
I still ate the nachos.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I earned them, goddammit.
You put in your.
I can't. My brain can't. And it was the worst part was I couldn't even scream because my mom was taking a nap.
Oh,
so I was just in this silent pain.
I feel like that warrants you the ability to yell out at least.
No, and then I went to the bathroom. I was like, "Fuck, I got cheese on my face."
You have the ability to overcome great pain.
So I get this cheese on my face, and I grab a washcloth, and I'm just scrubbing the cheese off. I'm like,
Yikes.
And it's just so much worse, but I have to get the cheese off because I can feel it still burning through. And
you know what burns this cheese away is sulfuric acid. I'll just spray that directly onto the open wound. That'll solve everything.
And so that is the funniest, worst, most embarrassing injury I've ever had. My stepbrother gave me shit about it for years until a few years later, he poured it on his chest.
Oh, wow.
You guys need to stop eating nachos.
I was going to say, you should move where you keep your nachos from the top of the fridge down.
Maybe you should put the nacho cheese down before grabbing the chips.
I now put nacho cheese in bowls that don't have handles.
For our next clip, I picked it out myself, and you'll understand why when it comes up. It's the story of Alex, Mr. Red himself, learning to play basketball at a very young age, and the terminology in this clip is gold, so I hope you enjoy it.
Did I ever tell you about the basketball story? You probably heard about that.
What are we doing?
Yeah. This was a story. So I used to be in basketball when I was No, you were. When I was really younger, I did all the sports except football. I did all of them at one point. Just for one. What's the shortest amount of time? A season or something. Yeah.
What's the shortest amount of time you could be in?
I played sports.
A game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Sometimes I did soccer for a little bit. I did baseball. I did basketball. Pretty much everything. Just to see. My parents didn't know what I was into. Neither did I.
Right.
So they were like, well, let's just try out all these things.
Nothing.
And so, this is not. I hate this. This is the worst thing.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
No. Right. I was in basketball, and I wasn't very familiar with the rules of the game or whatever because,
I'm sorry.
Despite me going to a few of legitimately almost use the word rehearsal. what are they called? Like
Practices.
Okay.
Jesus, man.
Did you audition?
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, it was.
I hear you audition for the basketball team.
I got a call
You're
back.
not. You're
so-
not.
Good,
Sorry.
One is intermission.
It's another one of those high school musicals.
Yeah, shut up, you. Either come on the podcast. I was, and I played the basketball coach. So full
He
circle.
played Jane Lynch. We've already.
All right, let's get your head in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, no, alright.
Anyway.
Speaking of heads. No,
So,
Whoa.
no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
so the big game day came, and we were like actually playing against another school, and
Was it the first
first game,
Okay.
yeah. And so I was like really nervous, and I was like,
Sure.
I still don't fully understand the rules.
What?
So I don't know how this happened. I don't know if I like went
I
through
know
all
how.
of the prep. What?
It's just you.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And so we started the game, and I was just kind of like,
How old were you?
I don't remember. Too old. Old enough to remember.
Right.
11.
Okay.
Old enough for his brothers
Yeah.
and sisters to be there and
Yeah.
witness this.
Yeah.
Like,
So I was kind of like wandering on the field, like around
the court.
the court, whatever.
Thank you for proving your own point.
This is the word.
To this day, he doesn't know the rules.
So there's more, right?
Yes.
Like, okay.
This is my least favorite episode of the podcast we've done so far. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I walked up to the coach, and I like kind of got his attention or like shook his leg or whatever I did, and he had to like call a timeout and just be like, what are you doing? What's going on? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to sit on the bench. Good game.
Pretty much. This has become a running joke in my family. Them just going, excuse me? What am I supposed to do? And it's the worst. It is the worst. And
What
so
did he say to you?
he was just like, go out there and try to stop the basketball from going in the hoop.
You got those words right.
Good, okay, good.
May I?
He was just so confounded that I would like, because he had to call, like, you only get, what, two timeouts?
timeouts.
So I used them both to figure out what I needed to do during this game.
So one of our recurring guests, Quaffman, Connor, he's a big fan of Superman, the character. How much of a fan is he, you ask? Well, why don't we just let you see for yourself?
I think everyone would assume. So I'll say with like what I assume you guys would think. I would go with.
sure.
So Superman.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty clear at this point. That's pretty much like my superhero.
Connor, do you like Superman?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I do. I think
Okay.
I do.
Do you-
Do you doodle the Superman symbol whenever you're bored?
I do. I really do.
Am I literally sitting in front of a bookshelf full of, like,
Superman.
theories and
What is-
essays about Superman and stuff?
Did I see a Superman one-off in a comic shop and think I have to get this for Connor? It's not even a question.
Am I staring at a Superman vinyl pop?
Did you write the most elegant Superman fan fiction?
Did I?
Don't call it fan fiction.
Did I buy you a 50th anniversary of
Yes,
Superman
you
cup?
did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Did you legally change your name to Clark Kent? No, that one didn't happen.
that one did not happen.
Which one's the lie? It's up to you to find out. Anyway,
No,
go on.
Nightwing.
So every morning on my way to work, I like to drink coffee. Sometimes things don't always go well, so this clip is a harrowing tale of me trying to enjoy a delicious steaming cup of joe first thing in the morning. Things don't go well. Enjoy.
When you are drinking coffee in the morning, especially if you have a thermos and it's not from a mug, what you'll often find yourself doing is taking a drink and it's super hot because it just came out and you don't want to burn yourself, and so you're trying to use your inhalation of the coffee
cool it off.
to cool it off.
Yep.
But since it's in a thermos, you can't see where the level of the coffee is.
Yes.
You know
Yeah, totally.
Yes. And so you start inhaling.
It's like a game, like
Yeah. You start-
or like a roller coaster.
And at that point,
yeah.
you've exhausted the capacity of the lungs. And
That's
there isn't
it.
any coffee.
That's it. You fully breathe in to the point where you're like,
And then you're like,
and then you're like, oh, I'm so. And I always, because when I wake up, I'm super tired. That's why I'm drinking the coffee, and so I drink I drink this air, this nothing, and I just inhale, and then I'm like, not only am I out of breath, I'm exhausted from the effort, and I don't have any coffee. It is the worst situation. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna dump this out. I don't even want it at this point. I don't even want it. No.
I was gonna say
But-
you don't do that.
But boy, does that get me.
That's true.
Does
that
I
gripe
just
my
hate. I just hate when it's so hot.
Yo,
It's like
yeah.
you
That's
never
it.
know when it's gonna reach your lips.
Russian
Yeah.
coffee roulette or something
Yeah,
where you're
seriously.
drinking and it's like, I'm fine. Oh, my tongue is burnt. And
Yeah,
you're
and
just-
then you're
Because
just
it's
ruined.
never like, your tongue just sort of
You're
like
like,
licks
oh.
it.
Yeah.
No, it's like
always
coats the
there's
entire
a
thing.
gulp.
You have a
Like,
mouthful.
yes, you have a mouthful
of lava
burning coffee.
inside your mouth, and you're just thinking, kill me. That's it. Just kill me. I'd rather.
Jordan's just sitting back like, I'm so glad I don't drink coffee.
I do that with a hot chocolate at McDonald's every time I get one.
Ooh, that's.
It's like,
Our next clip is a very short one, but let me tell you, it perfectly symbolizes being the only girl in the room and how white you can actually get.
I'm a pro at Black Friday. Been doing it since high school. And so we go, now that store's open on Thanksgiving, thank you for making that obnoxious noise in the middle of me speaking.
Yeah, eat a dick.
It's much easier now because by the time 4:30 in the morning rolls around, nobody's there because everybody's been out all night on Thanksgiving night and nobody has woken up for normal Black Friday shopping. So it's perfect. Nobody's there. Go to Old Navy in search of a vest. Like, I knew exactly what I was going for. Go ahead and make the jokes now that I'm the most pretentious white girl ever that I want a vest.
I mean, did
Just
you
in
have like a
case-
pumpkin pie latte while you're
in
doing
case there's a very
this?
narrow
yeah.
wind coming through, like,
Like, did
my
you say
arms are
that
fine, I just need right here.
Yeah.
did the universe tell you to get that jacket?
Were you literally freezing your tits off and you're like, no more?
That's really funny.
That is best.
I was gonna make a Back to the Future joke, but I don't even need to anymore. It's too
Great
perfect.
Scott, Jody.
Yeah, there it is. Cool.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So I knew.
In next in line for our best up, it's Connor, and he asks the question, what element of sci-fi/fantasy do you want to see explored more? And he starts to talk about Star Trek and how it's all highbrow and sophisticated and whatnot, but he wants to go deeper. He really wants to get flushed with the information.
I legitimately one time just want to see someone come out of using like a bathroom.
Yeah.
In Star Trek, there are times where the shows and their brand of the genre is very sterile, and because of that, we don't talk about the bathroom.
Right.
Jean-Luc Picard.
This is about spaceships
does not use
going
that.
off. Like we don't talk. God damn!
Gene Roddenberry was
like
great.
Captain Kirk must have taken some massive shit.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
You know,
Like,
of
come
all,
on.
Of all the captains, Kirk definitely took the biggest dunks ever.
Right, exactly. So, I don't know, and I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for,
Wait a second.
All I want is to see the character use a bit.
no, I know, I just, but,
man.
for example, in this, because there is a new series, Star Trek series coming out, whether it's going to be good or it's going to be bad, I don't know.
TBS, right?
CBS.
What?
I don't know. I want a little more grounded, and I think Star Trek can still do that grander theme, uplifting humanity. We're on a course to greatness if we just
Take a shit.
And sometimes people are people, and they got to get up in the middle of the night and take a piss. I'm just saying. Sometimes they oversleep. Sometimes they oversleep, and heaven forbid they're late for a shift.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You know Jean-Luc Picard got up at least 5 times a night to take a
Well, that's something that I really like about the last episode of TNG. It starts out with just 2 characters, just on, in one of the decks, the halls, just walking around. They clearly just been working out or something. And Picard comes around the corner in, this bathrobe. And he's literally what year is it?
What?
What date is it?
What
Captain, are you okay? I think I just came from the future. It's
What?
what?
Go back.
But
to
that's
sleep.
but that's what I mean. It wasn't oh, Captain, what are you doing? Man, my shower's broken. I gotta go use the public showers on this deck. It was he's in this very human moment for a gag or for a sting
Yeah.
or for it wasn't maybe the captain just ran out of hot water. I don't know how that happens on a spaceship, but whatever.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I'm dead.
well,
that's so funny.
that's mine.
And continuing with the same theme, we'd like to take a trip to the bathroom once more, where Clever Girl goes to Taco Bell.
Okay. My peeve of the week, and I hope you have noticed this in your life, is that why does Taco Bell, the restaurant, only have one stall bathrooms?
Wait, do you mean...
Oh no.
Hey, listen.
Chocolate Thunder is getting angrier and angrier as the podcast goes on.
No, I'm not.
But do you, I don't understand it. You go to Taco Bell, you know what Taco Bell does.
Yeah.
So I guess I understand why you would want to be alone.
Yeah,
But, it's just rude to have one stall in bathrooms.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When you talk about one stall, do you mean it actually has, there's a single stall in there? Or
No. I'm talking it's a room with a toilet in it that you go in and lock it. And then you have to be the asshole person on the outside that's, slowly turning the handle because you're like, oh, God, I don't want to disturb the person if they're in there and they lock the door. But then if it's unlocked, you have to be that asshole that opens it. And, hopefully nobody's in there.
Yeah.
And, be the jerk who didn't lock the bathroom.
I
am deceased at this peeve of yours because, bitch.
I am entitled to whatever peeve I want.
Yeah, that's true. That's the point of the piece.
Okay, it just makes me mad. Does it make anyone else mad?
Me.
I actually don't like Taco Bell, so
there's not stalls.
Right, just so that you know, is this one that I have to knock on, or would I just be knocking on an open bathroom with multiple stalls? You can't do that. You can't knock on a bathroom door.
I don't think places just do that, though.
No, they don't.
A lot of gas stations are one room, and I hate that too, because you know where people go to the bathroom? Gas stations.
Yeah, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Gas station bathrooms.
But I also like that I can go somewhere if I have to, pardon my French, dunk out.
And
who says that? Don't say that.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
Me either. Take that out of your vocabulary forever.
What would you like me to say?
I would rather you just say shit.
Yeah, it's less affronted.
Well, when I go and dunk out,
Is that
I can.
So I get really...
Duncan?
Maybe. You don't know what I do.
We have to stop this. We have to stop talking about this.
Dropping the kids off at the pool.
There you go. That's
hate
better.
that.
That's better.
No.
It's better than
Why?
dunks. Because it's so invasive and it's so affront.
Is it?
Affront. It's a...
Dropping off the Browns.
Yeah.
I always
that's
heard
weird.
Cosby's.
Oh.
I've never heard that one before. That's really funny.
Well, that was a good peeve. I normally let these go as long as I want so that we have long episodes, but we cannot keep
You can
talking
move
about
on. That's just my peeve of the week.
Well, I'm with you. I
hate that.
Poop.
That's a dirty word in my house.
It is?
Yeah. I don't like that word. I also don't like the TOOT word, which I've said on a different podcast.
That's all I was allowed to say when I was
Nobody
younger.
say it.
I was
No.
not allowed to say the
Don't.
word.
You're making the face. Don't do it.
I was not allowed to say it. It was a bad word.
Don't do it. I hate that word. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I hate that word because you're trying to make the word fart pretty, and I hate it.
Yeah. You're trying to make it cute.
You're trying to make it cute. You know, old ladies say oops, sorry, I just whatever.
Tooted.
No, don't say it. You were doing so good.
I just hate it so much.
All
I hate
right.
it.
Well, what's coming? Elle, what's your peeve?
I don't know, Renard.
They say the bathroom is where we spend 25% of our life, so we talk about it a lot on our show. Our next segment is just everyone's quirks about going to the bathroom.
I've known this guy for since I graduated high school. We started hooking up after that summer. And I spent so much time with him, blah, blah, whatever. So this is I don't know, 5 years down the road, and he's visiting from Cali where he moved to. And this is so embarrassing. I hope it already happened, so it doesn't matter.
I'll send it to him.
I mean, we were both awake when it happened. But we were just, we'd already, fucked, whatever. We're just, laying there, almost dead asleep. And all of a sudden, I just farted on his leg.
On him. Oh, man. Was he awake?
Yes.
And did he say anything?
He was like, did you just fart on my leg?
be like, no.
I think that's something you can hide or you can cover up.
No. Jeez.
Zach
What
really
animal do you
offended.
think I am?
What do you think of me?
I just kind of laid there like frozen, like what the fuck?
That's me. That's me every time I wake myself up. I'm like, I'm really still. He'll think I'm still.
Listen, I have a solution. I have a solution to your problem. But it wasn't until like probably a year or two after he was home visiting where we like had to talk about, can we fart in front of each other now?
Oh, yeah?
So like it was like, it's fine now. It's so
Yeah.
fucking funny. But if I'm ever at a guy's house, because I don't know, I went to this is so gross.
No,
I don't even want to talk
no,
about
you have
it.
to. You have to.
I don't even want to talk about this anymore. But I went through this whole like phase where like after I had sex, I always had to fucking fart. Always.
I understand that.
I don't even know what it was. So you just wait for them to fall asleep. I don't even want to let my secrets out on the fucking
No, I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead,
Nope,
maybe.
you let them fall asleep.
Uh-huh.
You
Yes, I know exactly what you're gonna say.
do you?
I do.
You just kind of lift the blanket
Yes!
up so your butt's facing outwards,
Yeah.
not in the blanket.
Yeah.
And then you have to lift the cheek. you lift the cheek because then you can't hear it.
I know exactly what you mean.
Oh my god.
This is the greatest episode.
You've just helped so many women.
I know.
Yeah.
And seriously, if you've never fucking done it before, you have to because it's a fucking life changer.
That's what I'm gonna have to say.
When we come up with our questions for the show, sometimes we don't anticipate them going quite the way they do. Sometimes you think you have a really short question, and other times you think it's gonna take a while. This is one of those times where I ask a very simple question that causes basically a war between the cast. Let's find out.
Do you guys shower before bed or in the morning? Because
That's a good question.
I have this it's like a war that I go through to try to figure out when to shower. I cannot wake up in the mornings to take a shower. I hate waking up. I hate mornings. If I can take an extra half an hour or whatever to sleep more, I'll do that. I'll be like, I showered 3 days ago. I'm probably fine. I know. And then I'm just like, I feel awful. I feel like a monster. I have to shower, but I just never have time. So I end up doing it when I get home. I can't do it when I go to bed because then I'm laying on my wet hair and then I look terrible in the mornings and it just feels terrible to lay in like swampy, wet hair. It's horrible.
I shower at night because I have to get the day's dirt off me before
Yeah.
I crawl in my clean bed.
Yeah.
So, but I don't wash my hair every night, so that's why I don't really have to worry about that. But when I wash my hair every couple days,
This is another
and then just
thing
do
that's
it like
interesting to me.
before dinner, before I eat or whatnot, and it dries, and it only takes 20 minutes to dry since I have like 10 hairs on my head.
I know that life. I have it too.
So, yeah, I don't really have that problem. But,
Yeah. So you women can shower without washing your hair.
do not associate me with that because I can't do that.
You do it though sometimes. You're like, I'm not gonna get my hair wet.
Oh.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
bathe.
you get it a little
Because
bit
I
wet,
want to be in the shower with you and I don't want to dry my hair.
Right.
That's the only reason I ever do that.
I put it
You
in
can,
a bun,
yeah,
and then I take
shower
a bath.
without washing your hair.
I can't because I get my hair wet anyway, and that drives me crazy.
Mischief, do you ever shower without washing your hair?
What? Do you?
With this color,
Oh,
Okay.
that's true.
I have to skip some days.
Yeah.
I'm a greasy
And I'm just
troll
lazy.
monster.
It takes so long to dry my hair.
Oh, I just hate doing it.
I'm gonna break out that statement and then just drop it into random episodes.
I seriously am a
I'm
greasy-
a greasy troll monster.
I am because I only shower maybe 2 times a week,
Yeah.
at all. I'm not one of those people who jumps in the shower just to clean up. I'm not sorry, guys, if you don't like that, you don't have to be my friend. But all of these, I'm busy, and I hate getting in the shower.
Yeah.
I want to go to bed.
Right.
I don't want to get in the shower and then be all squeaky clean, and then have to rub myself in lavender lotion to even try and go to sleep. And there's no way I'm getting up in the morning.
And I'm
I'm not doing it.
Lavender lotion.
Because that's the only thing that would work.
I hate taking a shower. My bed
is not like squeaky clean and nice because
you're a dirty troll monster.
I'm a dirty troll monster. So I'll like work out and then be like, I should take a shower because I'm all sweaty.
And then you're like, fuck it.
But I'm real tired, so I lay in bed and then my bed's all sweaty and gross. And then I don't want to take a shower and then lay in that bed because then it's just gross.
Yeah.
I feel bad for my coworkers because my hair gets so greasy and no shame.
I go through this cycle.
Like, I have to have it nice.
You have to because you work in a salon.
Yes, but the idea of how long it will take for me to get my hair looking how I want it to be to go to work makes me not want to take a shower. Like,
yeah,
I have
it's such
that
a long
too.
process.
I have that too.
I'll say though about the bed thing, I do have cat hair on my bed sometimes, and I have to constantly lint roll it. And I'm like, if anybody sees this like section of my bed where my cat is, I'm gonna love that.
I would love to have an animal at this apartment, but I do not want the hair.
Fuck hair.
I don't want the hair.
What was I going to say? Oh, I would be a more
institute a no phone rule.
I would be a more productive person. If I was bald.
No, seriously.
If I got up in the morning and took a shower, I would be, because I'd be happier in the day, because I'd start out clean.
Yeah.
But would I be miserable because I'd be tired?
No, well.
I never.
Because I used to take showers in high school before I went to school.
Me too, yeah.
I don't know how I was so motivated. I had my shit together. I had great outfits. My hair was always on point. And then I got to fucking college and I was like, fuck everything.
Yeah.
And college is easier.
Well,
it's not as
it is. It's easier.
It's more time
I gotta
consuming.
bathe at night. I just have
don't think it's
to
more.
because I just have
I shower in the mornings, and
do you hate life?
I also am not a morning person.
Yeah.
I have a hard time waking up.
Me too. Yeah.
You just roll
So then I'm just like 30 minutes late every day.
Yeah, no.
Snapchat is like, why am I horrible?
I find that taking a shower wakes me up. I feel like no matter what time, even if it's like 2 a.m, if I take a shower, I'll be like, okay, now I can do it all nighter. Because there's something about taking a shower that just immediately makes me feel like...
it's invigorating.
So I feel like if I were to start waking up at, say, like 6 a.m, that's ridiculous. But 6 a.m,
I do that.
it's ridiculous.
I
And take a shower, I would have like the day, and I don't even need coffee at that point. I'm like, I'm good. I just can't do it.
I
It's
can't
so
do it.
hard. I can't.
I
get
wish
into
I
it.
could
Do
shower.
my hair in the morning.
I have to shower at night. Okay, I don't have to. But here's the thing.
Wow.
You're talking about your bed being gross.
Yes.
I sleep with 2 blankets.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if I shower at night, I get under the blanket that's touching my sheets.
Okay.
Because I don't use a fitted sheet, not a fitted sheet. What's the other one? Like the flat sheet?
Right.
Fuck the fucking flat sheet.
I hate that thing.
Hey, we're gonna fight over this. I love flat
No,
sheets.
I don't use it. Do you also tuck your sheet and stuff into like
No.
the mattress? That's crazy.
I sleep
Oh,
with a
no.
comforter and a fleece.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Preach.
Wait,
That's
that's
exactly what I do.
Wait, I have questions about that. Continue.
when I shower at night, I will get in under my comforter
Uh-huh.
on my sheet.
On your flat sheet?
On my
No,
fitted
she
sheet.
means on your
I don't
fitted
use a
sheet.
flat sheet.
Oh, it's not anywhere in the equation. See,
Fuck the flat
I
sheet.
tuck my flat sheet. It's like a second fitted sheet. So if I really got like,
We don't need that. We don't need
feel
that at all.
Okay, let me ask you this. What if it's hot? What do you do when it's real hot?
I sleep with a comforter.
Okay, so
sleep
if
with a
I
comforter.
don't shower, then I lay on my comforter and use my fleece.
Uh-huh.
Because then my gross body from the day is not touching
Man,
my
the fact
sheet.
that you even think about that.
That's like
I don't
three-dimensional
put
shit.
any-
And
to it.
not washing your hair. White people. I literally went like 3 months without washing my hair once.
Cause you can do that.
Yeah.
You're
Do
not
you know what
supposed
I
to.
would look like?
I would look
I'm not supposed to, but I do
You
it
should
all
have
the
seen
time.
me earlier today.
She would have like
Oh, you
one
didn't
braid,
see
but
me.
it wouldn't be a braid. It would just be a mat of hair.
Yeah, I couldn't do
I'm
Wouldn't
so
you
greasy.
Brush
Yeah.
it, it would just be like slick.
Yeah, I literally would
I've
look like
done it too. I went
Draco
Your
Malfoy.
hair
Like
is
it's
less
awful.
maintenance.
So
I
maybe
feel
this is like TMI, but
day-to-day,
doesn't
yeah.
it smell bad at a certain point?
If I have my hair like put up in a weave, then it will smell bad.
Okay.
Like you'll be able to smell it.
Okay. So what if it's hot? Oh, you never answered the question. You don't use a sheet when it's real hot. What if it's real hot?
What do you mean if it's real hot?
Hot outside,
Like
living
in
in
summer,
the
it's
air.
hot. Yeah. The air
It's
conditioner.
dead summer, you dead air
Well, I
conditioner's
always
broken.
sleep with the fan on,
Uh-huh.
and I always sleep naked.
Okay.
So if it's hot,
Still,
I'm naked and the fan is on. I usually sleep with like one leg in, one leg out.
I'm a vent
Okay.
person.
I also sleep naked, and I also have a fan on me, but sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes I'm still sweaty.
Have a question.
Yes, woods, L.
Okay, so what I do is I have this is what I thought, up until quite recently, that everybody did. I don't understand.
Have I'm so sorry.
Okay,
What
okay.
part?
I'm just ruining your life tonight.
I have my sheet, and I for some reason always use quilts, and
That's a comforter. That's the same thing.
Yeah,
But-
I know what a quilt is.
I know.
I'm like,
I'm not looking at you. I'm just saying,
I
like,
have
that's the same thing.
my flat sheet, and it folds over top of my quilt, so I don't touch my quilt. While I'm sleeping, I use my sheet, and so that's all up on my face, and whatever.
Yeah, definitely not everybody.
And then-
nobody does that.
Okay,
Fuck
then
yeah.
do you wash your quilt?
Yeah.
Or your comforter,
Yeah.
all the time?
No, I never wash my
Do you
sheets.
wash it every week when you wash
I'm
it?
telling you, I'm a
Every
greasy
You wash your
girl.
sheets once a week.
Every week.
Listen, I wash mine like every.
There's a lot to unpack here.
My
I have
bed
a lot
is
of
just
cat hair, okay? I have a lot of
disgusting
cat
all the
hair and it
time.
gets in my face.
All
So
the
I
time.
do wash it every week. But
I have like a butt mark in my sheets because of where I roll back and forth, and I do
Bitch,
not wash
I
my
need you
sheets.
to take a shower 3 times a week and wash the sheets once a month.
No, I don't do it.
After like dance and stuff, I can't take a shower because I'm too tired, so I just lay.
Yeah,
in
I'm
my bed.
like dead after.
And I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I do it the
Nobody
next
else
morning.
is sleeping there.
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
I don't even care if somebody is. I don't care.
What's coming out? What size bed do you have?
a queen.
Okay. Well, that's respectable. I have
Okay.
I have a California king size bed, which I think is the biggest.
Yes.
Yes, I do. It's very nice.
It's really
I'm
nice.
tall, so I need to lay diagonally sometimes on it, which is hard when. So I can't wash my sheets every single week because getting it off and getting it back on again is impossible. It's so hard. It takes so much work. I have to clear my entire
Also-
room out, flip it up.
I take my laundry over to one of my parents' houses.
Me too, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't
washing
have
the
to-
sheet isn't hard, but getting it back on the
Yeah,
bed.
yeah, and it's just so much work. So I'd say like every other week maybe I wash my sheets.
I can't even remember.
I
the
would
last
love.
time I washed
Yeah,
my sheets.
you've never washed your sheets. I don't think you've ever done that. I think you just buy new sheets when you.
That is so
really
funny.
I know.
I'm the same way.
I
That
really,
is
I
hilarious.
did.
It takes
I have
all
to, like-
sorts.
If I were
I'm
If I
clean
were-
when I leave the house. That's all that matters.
I'm not.
if I were rich, I would have like a servant do that for me because I love sleeping on a new sheet.
A lot of our questions have to deal with favorites or what's your best, but this question really stuck out to us as we asked the cast, what's the worst haircut you've ever got? And
Okay, so this was senior year, right before my open house. I needed to get a haircut, and I was like,
Oh, no.
because I was like so used to just flipping it up in the front and just having like
yeah, you rocked the faux hawk for a
Yeah,
long
that
time.
was-
Did you really?
That was my
Yeah.
yeah. But don't you? No.
I was gonna say you would wear the hats and it would just
Yeah,
literally
I
just
don't-
duck under them.
Yeah, you did a long time ago, all right?
He stopped doing that like 2 months ago. That's when he stopped fucking Bill Plofting in the front of his head.
Coiffed, we just got done
We
with
just
this.
got done talking about the word quaff. Yeah. Quaff.
Yeah, so I just like walked in for like a quick haircut. Never walk in for a quick haircut.
No,
Like,
never.
You need to get people that know you
And know your head. And know how your
head,
hair
know
lays.
what you want.
That's what I like about the places around here. They like record your settings and everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they like write it all down and stuff.
Oh.
So I get there and they're like, "Well, there's this girl over here. She's been here for a little while." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's go with her." Didn't realize a little while was 2 weeks, and that it was
Like her first
guy cut.
Oh
Like
no.
as we're going through this, she goes, "So what can I get for you? Like, what do you want around your head?" And I was like, "I usually have it like finger length." And she's like, "So a 1?" I was like, "I don't know." Like
Right,
that
like
finger
you
length?
tell me. Is that finger
And
length?
She's like, "Yeah, that's a 1." And I was like, well, later you
Like,
find
look
out
at my
that is
fingers.
not.
Right.
It's not
My
a 1.
fingers are bigger than a
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
Maybe it's
So-
like 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger. Ooh, maybe it is.
It's literally like your fingers, like
But like, what's the
Like
1,
that.
2, 3? I don't know.
that's the razor settings, which
Yeah.
are 1 is like bald.
Yeah. So, yeah, keep that in mind.
1 is like
She's
balls.
like, so it's a 1, and I was like, I've never heard that before, but all right.
Like sure.
So it's usually, like, I guess they have it like 3 or 4 that they usually cut the side of my hair, and then I was like, no, I usually leave it a little bit longer on top. And then she's like, okay, do you want it like, what's the term? Like, slowly, like,
Fade.
yeah,
Yeah,
fade it
fade,
in.
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure, like, do whatever you want. And
Do whatever you want.
she turns me around after she just said, like, so you're actually my first guy cut. And I was like, oh, really? And I'm
And
like,
he turns you around.
I turn around, bowl cut.
Ah.
Straight up bowl cut. I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, I love it.
So, no. So, I'm usually good at, like, deceiving, like, how I'm actually feeling. The look on my face, like, the blush in my cheeks was gone. It was just, like, white. I was a ghost.
You ghosted.
And, like, she's like, oh my god, you don't like it. And I was like,
It's fine.
no, no. Did you put a wig on my head? And I was like, oh, it was so
funny joke.
Tears
Funny
were coming
joke.
out of my eyes, man.
Like a little Chinese boy.
My hair was my life at the time. Now I don't care.
And she never cut another man's hair
I've
again.
never
So
seen her
did
again.
she fix it?
No, I left.
So you walked out
Yeah, I walked out like that, and I tried like
putting a hat on. You're like,
everything, and I was like,
And that's why you wear hats all the time.
oh yeah, that's why I wear hats all the time. No, now that's because I'm balding in the back. So I'm like, nobody can see this but me.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
you balding in the back?
No, I'm balding in the front, bitch. Look at this. It's going.
You're never balding.
No.
Yeah, like,
Ever.
I remember like
Ever.
2 years ago, Jody was like, oh, he'll be bald one day. 2 years still going fucking strong. You got the hair Olympics going. I don't know if it's like fucking stapled to your head
He
or
doesn't,
what.
like, when we go outside, he has to put sunscreen on or he'll die, and he doesn't put it on his head because his hair's so thick, it will never burn.
Ladies.
Ever.
Lady.
What? Hello? Hi. I forgot you were here. Okay, some of our questions require a little bit of thought, but other ones, basically we all have a pretty good idea of what our answers are as soon as we hear them. Here's one where we have a lot of fun with the answers.
If you had a drag name, what would it be?
Ooh.
Okay,
I got it.
I'm already
Wait,
using
so
does that mean we
What's
have to
yours?
think of king names?
Mine is Flower Dumont.
Can it be like our
Flower.
Drag names. So
That's a
drag
good
is,
one.
right?
What?
Drag is any cross-dressing.
I don't like it. 'cause
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
almost
so
like
would we have to
Blair.
think of king names?
I guess.
Yeah.
You can think of queen names. They just have to be like
Okay.
extravagant and or.
So what's yours?
Mine is Flower Dumont. Flower coming from Flower from Bambi, and Dumont coming from that's Angel's middle name in Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Dude, that's a good one.
So, can I go? Because I have a good one.
Yeah.
Guys, Ginger Snap.
yes,
Ginger Snap. That would be
I love it.
I would have to either wear wigs that were the same color as my hair, or just have my regular hair, but whatever. Ginger Snap.
Ginger Snap's a good
You
one.
could pull that sassy hair.
I think I could too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have mine. Can I go before
Yes.
I forget it?
Yeah.
Mine would be Wednesday Adam's Apple.
I love that.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
god, that'd be perfect.
That took me a second.
Drop the mic, I'm done.
I love it. I love it. Needs to happen.
Wednesday Adams.
Adam's Apple is so fun.
Whew, I'm glad I thought of that. I was really sweating. So yours is just Chocolate Thunder?
No, I have no idea.
It's either Chocolate Thunder or Rosalinda Benmioba.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yours would just be Carmen Sandiego.
I think it would be Carmen Sandiego or something with lips.
It's not very-
Involving lips, I guess.
How about
I have
purple
no
lipstick?
idea. I've never really thought of
Hot Lips Houlihan, it's a MASH character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't like her though.
No,
I've
nobody
seen
does.
that. No, she's weird.
I don't know, guys.
How about Patches O'Houlihan from Dodgeball? No, I'm just kidding.
It doesn't have to have the name Houlihan in it.
I know. You don't have one? Maybe we'll have to come around.
Yeah,
When I come around, bring it back.
Can you stop?
No, nope, this is the rest of the show.
I don't know, guys. I just don't know.
Bermuda Benmiova.
Rosalinda.
Bermuda.
No, I like Bermuda better. You have
Because you get lost in this triangle.
Oh, all right.
Oh god.
Well, thank you for
That hurt,
listening.
yeah.
You can find us.
We hope you're enjoying looking back at all of these moments and having a good laugh, but this next part takes a good look at Mr. Red's inability to laugh.
So it's when people. This is going to be esoteric. Everybody, sit back. Try to understand what I'm saying.
I'll try to wrap my small brain around your big ideas.
Me don't know how to function.
Right.
You don't know how to fuck.
Oh.
Come on.
It's when somebody says a thing, anything.
If this peeve is about me,
It's about your family.
Oh my god. I don't know if I want to know.
Somebody says a thing, and then they laugh as if they told a joke, but they were just saying a thing. So, for example, I wrote an example down because this is similar to another peeve I've had before, but not exactly the same.
you better choose your words wisely.
We'll be sitting around the dinner table. This is a specific thing I wrote down, like at Easter, so I don't remember this, but it must have happened at Easter dinner. You are giving me the
because you're being a complete dick. Go ahead.
I'm just making fun of your family.
I'm just talking about your family.
So, we're sitting around at Easter dinner, and somebody said, was like eating like potatoes or whatever, and said, "Ooh, these are good." And then there was just like polite chuckles around the table. Like,
I get what you mean.
Small laughter, like...
And like being at the butt of a joke at somebody else's expense?
No.
Well, no, it's just... They're laughing at nothing. But it's like a polite laughing.
It's
I heard you. Yeah, I acknowledged what you said.
But that's not an acknowledgement, that's a laughter.
What do you want to do? Nothing. And that's why you're considered an asshole.
Maybe, or you could just be like, yes, they are.
You also don't emote very well.
You don't, he doesn't.
Like, I can only imagine during that story for McDonald's, your semi-complacent asshole smile face.
Exactly.
Yeah, figures.
You don't even raise your eyebrow.
Because he can't. He can't do it.
Like, the only thing that's going up are the corners of your mouth.
I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. This is so far removed from what I'm talking about.
My favorite thing
No, he
about
just doesn't understand social norms.
All right, cut.
So, I give you that.
I'm hosting, you can't cut me.
Cut, we're done.
I will cut you.
So, do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand that you're like, oh, I would never just like laugh.
Right. Well, no, I'm saying it annoys me.
You know why?
Do it again, please. You sounded like a SpongeBob character.
Oh my god! You know why?
It's because
he's so mad because he can't laugh.
That's not why.
He can't laugh.
That's not why.
He can't do it.
That's not why.
He silently goes.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I've ever heard.
And if he does laugh, when you catch him off guard, so I understand why you get pissed when people laugh.
No, it's not other people
Do you
laughing.
want me to pass you the pillow?
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. See, that was an example.
Okay, cool.
No, it's, no.
Peep closed.
Peep, no, peep open. Open the peep.
Oh, my peep was closed.
Yeah,
Peep
closed. We were still on your peep the whole time. Sorry.
Yeah, peep.
Another. For our next clip, it's pretty short, but it's just one of those moments where we go off on a tangent about something pretty ridiculous and have a really good time doing it. So I hope this part leaves you with a good impression.
Question closed.
Question closed. Close.
You gotta do that. You gotta.
Oh, yeah, say that. Go.
You gotta do the hand motion too. Question closed.
What are you, Tommy Wiseau?
Wiseau?
It's a wonderful day. You're so beautiful.
Tommy Wiseau.
Don't you try to hit me, Mark.
Tommy Wiseau down the street.
Okay, wow, we're doing this, huh?
Walking by.
Oh,
That is a Christopher Robin
you guys
joke.
want to do
Christopher Robin.
You guys want to do a walking off right now? I think I can walk you all in circles around you.
I have been in Batman. I believe.
Remember, when I was talking with Adam Sandler, and I was in Click. Remember in Click, the movie?
I know this is supposed to be your Christopher Walking impersonation. It literally just sounds like that, like stereotypical Jewish robot
You
malfunctioning.
have to tell me that you just hold on.
Jewish robot.
You
don't you know that they base that off of Christopher Walken?
Please tell me you just called him Christopher Walking. That would make nothing would make me happy.
You know, out of what I just said and the ridiculousness of what I just said, that's what your takeaway is.
No, that was it. That's distracted me.
Jesus Christ.
All right, well that was.
I did a question. You did a question.
Yeah,
you got a question.
You do have a question.
We're opening the question.
Opening question.
We're opening the question.
Real quick.
Yeah. What's up?
When you did Christopher Walken, I came to the realization that if you make it sound slightly more ghetto, you're just Barack Obama. Like with the pauses and everything.
Yeah. Well, Jeff Goldblum also has that.
Hold on, I got to
Don't
test
even
this
get me
out.
started on Jeff Goldblum.
Well, it takes all sorts to build this world, and it definitely takes all sorts to answer the questions on our podcast. Here's a look at one of our philosophical questions. You got a question?
I do. You're not going to like it because it's a hypothetical, but it's a very good one, which is, if you were visited by a magical genie who said, I will give you $1 billion right now, but it's all in pennies, would you accept? $1 billion, but it's all in pennies.
What's the alternative? Just nothing?
Nothing. No money at all.
Is there... Would anyone say no to that?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it in penny rollers?
No, it's loose change.
Even if you took it to a Coinstar, you would still make a lot of money.
Yeah. You could just take a bucket
and just
every
dump
now
it.
And then, yeah.
I would do that every morning. Here's my money for the day.
You can't deposit it.
What?
You can't
Oh,
put
so
it...
you didn't say that.
So it's worthless, basically.
Well, you can...
Why can't you deposit it?
You can't put it...
That's not technically depositing it,
Can
putting
you not
it into
use
a
it
bank.
as money either?
No.
He's saying you have to, like, count
projectile
out...
weapons.
You have to, like, count out everything. You know what? I would take that and just buy $1 billion house, because then you could just go... whoosh, and like push it to whoever you're paying for the house.
Feel like you have to go a little bit more. Sorry, just whoosh.
Yeah.
You have to like get a bulldozer or something.
I don't care.
You can rent or buy with $1 billion.
Yep.
We can't put it.
You have to say that before we have discussion.
I would roll it all up in penny rollers myself.
You know what? And if that happened to What's Coming L, I would go over there and help her.
I will give you some of this if you come and
Heck yeah, because she'd still be making a ton of money.
Okay, that was a team answer, yes.
Yes.
Yep, I would say yes.
Yes.
Because it's hard times.
It is hard times.
It is hard times.
I want to meet the person that says no, because you lazy as fuck.
Well, I'll remind you that
That could be your job. That could just be your job.
Yeah.
And you're like,
then 8 hours a day.
Then you just have children and make them do it too. Yeah. That's your inheritance.
Wow, that's the long game right there. I'll remind you that I asked the question before, how much would you sell a car for a rich person? You were like, I don't know, like $5,000.
That was a trick question.
That one was weird. I listened to that recently and
we're all like, what? That was a trick question. I didn't quite get it.
What about if it was $1,000 in pennies? You do
Heck
it
yeah.
if it was in pennies?
It's, like I said, it's hard times.
That's less work.
If I rolled it up and counted it, couldn't I deposit it in the bank?
No.
You can take it to
because it's not funny if you have to
What if
deposit
I just want to like keep it there? And I just like take whatever rolls I need. I still did the hard work.
No, why would you want to do that? You could keep it in your house instead of a bank.
You can take it to the bank and
Just
get
put it in my mattress.
paper money back, and then you can take that paper money, or you can just give it.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I
If you
think
can't,
I would do
paper
it.
money.
Because again, like what you could buy like one thing with $1,000 and just go here. Like give
Like
them.
what thing?
What costs $1,000?
I don't know.
Botox.
Nothing.
Like
Yeah, but here's the problem. You have to take those pennies in and be like, hey, I want to buy this
listen,
really expensive thing.
$1,000 worth of pennies. That's like how many grocery bags?
I don't know.
I could carry them all on one arm.
All right.
2 arms. I have 2 arms out.
Think about this. You have to walk in there and say, hey, these are pennies, and you have to watch them go. We have to
I don't
count
care
this.
what the fuck they
What if they
did.
don't
I'm
accept
giving
it?
them money.
What if they don't accept it?
That's not American.
I'm sorry. I don't make the rules here.
I know something. So
Yes.
why don't you just take the pennies to one of those self checkouts? Just dump it like you did the coin thing.
Yeah. Anything you pay for, because you're feeding it into the machine to pay specifically for an item, but you just chuck them in there.
Yeah.
Just buy $1,000 worth of groceries for somebody.
Wow.
Take it to the food bank.
Oh yeah.
$1,000.
Anything. They
would take it.
1,000. That's 100,000 pennies.
You know what?
Someone would take it.
You need like a
It's a
wheelbarrow
good-
to get over there.
This is a
You know what?
mean-spirited.
I was gonna say, you think I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I'm just saying it's hard work. Would you do it?
Listen, I hustle for money.
What?
I have a mad hustle. You don't know my coupon game. It's strong.
You know what? If they took away a lot of those coupons I was using for a while.
Now, what about this? What if a genie said, here's $1 billion, but it's only in gift cards to Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Game on. Because you can give them to people
I'd
for
sell
gifts.
on the internet.
I would never have to go buy food again.
Exactly. You would just eat it all again all the
so
time.
sick of breadsticks and
You don't
salad.
have to eat that. You can eat other stuff.
There's a million things you could eat. You could give them that enough
And they
money
have a
to be like,
bar
listen,
there.
I'm going into the kitchen
They have a full bar.
and
there,
making
too.
my own shit.
And dessert. Black
Yeah.
pie mousse cake forever.
I would only have to spend money on gas
Yeah.
To get there.
to get there.
But what
I'd
if it,
sell them online.
what if it was
Just
only
get money.
Yep.
what if it was
money for
only
gift cards?
$10 gift cards and there's like a bunch
You
of them?
can give them $1 million.
Yeah, but they have to scan each one.
That's on them. They're getting paid anyway.
It's hard work,
Let's
Jody.
stop.
He's
We're not
wanting us to
afraid-
say no to something.
I know.
No,
Just because.
I'm
What would
all for
you
it.
do, Mr. Red?
What if he said you can have $1 billion, but you have to lose both your arms?
No. I would say
Okay, so you can say no to that one.
Yeah.
You can buy 2 new
Why
arms.
he seriously picked like the thing in my soul that gets me just to get me to say yeah.
What if
No, losing limbs.
Oh, okay.
What if he said you can lose both your arms, but they're replaced by pennies?
Now you're just being stupid.
All right, so my question is closed. Thank you all for playing.
Damn right it is.
You all get $1 billion in pennies each.
Yay.
I would take it.
I would take it.
I'd buy a bomb ass house.
I would also take it, and I would just like build forts out of it, like sit on.
You know what? Yeah, we could glue them together and have a really good house.
Yeah, you could just make the house out of the pennies. It'll be like peak capitalism.
Yeah.
Who wants to go
I
next?
couldn't go that
Question
far.
closed. Who wants to go next?
I have a fun question.
Yeah, do it. We need a fun one after that letdown of
I
a
woke
penny
up this
question.
morning
Da-da-na-na-na.
and I looked down my phone.
Da-da-na-na-na.
We could keep going, but no. So I open it.
When we have other people on our podcast, sometimes we don't anticipate the, let's say, unusualness of the questions that we get. We expect something a little bit more standard, but other times we get questions like this.
So what's the question?
Well, the question is if you could tattoo a sentient friend onto your body. A tattoo that could talk to you, basically.
So there's an interesting story. They don't want tattoos.
Oh, well, everybody has their own choices, even if they're wrong.
Wait a second.
What?
No,
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
If I could
This
tattoo a friend on
might be the weirdest question we've had, and I feel like we just kind of blew past
a
it.
sentient friend in general.
What the hell are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about, if you could tattoo something that will effectively be magical,
Well,
talk to you, and be like a fucking friend on you.
Well, like Chalk Zone?
Yeah, like Chalk, exactly like Chalk Zone.
Like on your body and ink
I'm gonna
zone?
quickly answer and say no because of sex. Like, what if
Yeah.
you just start?
yeah, good job.
Yeah, it's like
Go
the
to
guy's
the
just
armpit.
like,
Get the fuck out of here.
Very good job, sir. I'm very happy for
Why
you.
is
It's
you
like,
so creepy?
I don't know.
Why is it
I don't
Mr.
know.
Burns?
Because you know
Why is
no,
it Mr. Burns?
That's not Mr.
Mr.
Burns.
Burns
That's,
talks like
yeah,
this.
Yeah.
that was Krusty.
Oh. That was crusty. Or it was Mo.
Yeah.
No.
Mo.
No.
No. Nobody.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on that one
No.
too. Like it's
What's
a different
yours?
question.
Or a master spy that can do all my espionage for me while I'm
You'd
playing
be
video
very
games,
wrong.
and you would be
You
like,
have to move.
no.
I mean, if anything important happens,
I would also
to
be
you,
Elastigirl, and I would just stretch my tattoo part over across the room.
Imagine.
Oh, gross.
Just like the protuberance with the
Could you
tattoo
imagine
at the end.
seeing that? Like,
I know.
just,
We come
in
home
the
and I'm like,
grocery
what the
Not even
heck?
that. Like, you're just in the grocery
Grocery
store.
store.
And it's like, there's just this fleshy limb with a talking tattoo on it. And you're just like, I'm too drunk for this. That last question. I'm fucked up.
Oh, those P's and Q's folk are at it
Have
again.
you ever just walked
No,
out?
stop it. I can't do this anymore. What
I
if,
thought it was a pretty good idea.
I feel like this is probably the weirdest question we've had on the show. No, it's cool.
Cool.
But,
Question closed.
yeah.
Wow, that was the quickest fucking shutdown of any question on this podcast.
Well,
If I ever
you
did.
answer the question.
I mean, I can answer the question. But
Yeah. No, that's
You
the,
answer
What is it?
that
I
is
asked
the
what
point.
was yours and you never said it.
I don't understand, so please.
I'd probably get myself a little D&D character, a little. I'd probably get a halfling on me, a little asshole halfling running around my body. I think it'd be kind of fun. I think it'd be cool.
What would the purpose be? It would just be like a friend.
He'd be my friend forever until the day I die.
What if you get in an argument with him, though?
Yeah.
Huh?
What if you get in an argument with him? You're stuck with him.
Well, he can just go to my back, and I don't have to look at him.
No, it doesn't move. The tattoo stays there.
What if he turns out to be like a
part of it.
hardcore racist?
No, like Chalk Zone, remember? It's Chalk Zone.
Oh, no. That's... So... I think if I ever did have one, it'd have to be like a bouncer type, like a very tough tattoo. Like,
wait a minute,
does that cause you any problems? It's like, yeah. Did you know what my tattoo said? Yeah. Fuck off, boy.
Yeah.
See, that's cool. That's fucking awesome. I love that.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
This thing obviously has a mind of its own. It's talking to you. It's your friend, right?
It's a sentient being that is...
Presumably, it has some kind of brain.
Well, probably.
Sure. So it might also have like a separate nerve function going to it. You wouldn't feel pain if it takes pain.
I mean, I guess that's...
I'll take a giant tattoo all across my body that absorbs all pain for me. Guys, duh. Or...
Guys, I gotta ask you to stop slamming these on the table.
please.
Oh, sorry. Focus on over here.
Or you can keep it there. Just you guys both are like
if
all the time.
If it does have a brain, is that connected in any way to your own brain?
I mean, it's a tattoo with sentience. Anything goes.
Okay, well then...
Basically, if you're getting a tattoo like this all over your body, I would think Venom rules apply.
Yeah, Venom rules.
Yeah, it'd be like a symbiote, except it doesn't morph your body. It's just a moving, inky part on your body.
Well, there you go. That.
I don't like that.
That's it.
I don't know. That sounds pretty fucking sick.
That
sounds awesome.
Have a symbiote
that sounds intimidating. Oh, sorry.
That's like having Voldemort on you.
Like on the back of your head.
That's like Professor Quill shit.
Okay, this is going to be really gross for me to say, but you don't have to tattoo genitals on the creature. It doesn't need those.
Well, yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Because that's what I was worried about.
That was my issue with this question.
You just talked about the balls moving everywhere, didn't you? Or wait,
No, nobody brought that up.
I said Voldemort. That's like having Voldemort on you.
But you know what?
Yeah, balls moving all over.
No. Let's talk about Voldemort's genitals. We're in this now.
Oh my
This
God,
is where we are.
Now, if
I almost
Professor...
popped the blood vessel in my eye.
Now, when he was on Professor Quirrell, when he ejaculated, did Voldemort feel it?
Yes, obviously. Why do we have to talk about it?
Dark Lord feeling them.
So, a better question.
No, he's cursed because he drank the unicorn's blood.
Yeah.
He's cursed, so he has to hear him and not even get the pleasure out of it.
No, they're connected because if we take evidence from the Harry Potter musical, both of them getting drunk, it would go into the same stomach. It's very canon. J.K. Rowling wrote that.
No. Not canon.
So I don't know where we got from here.
I mean...
The answer is yes.
The answer is no.
I mean, I still think that's a pretty badass tattoo.
What about
that's a fucking awesome
What about
idea.
like a shapeshifter tattoo that
Why
can
not?
change anything? So like, it could do barcodes. You could be like, hey, I want to buy me. Wait, hold on.
What?
Now we're getting into some weird territory here.
You're not allowed any more Mike's Hards.
Never mind. You know what? Yes, go on.
We're done.
The last
I think we reached a consensus with the Venom answer. That's the real answer.
So, Girl, I do want to say one thing. Just because you participate in the question doesn't mean that you have to accept tattoos as a whole. Like, I can respect your idea of not really liking tattoos.
Yeah. That's not a thing. I just wouldn't, like Tyler said, like, it's a privacy thing. Like, no.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom and be like, hey, you ever see Interstellar?
That's a nice dick you got, boy.
Yeah, it's completely the privacy.
Hey.
All right.
And like being comfortable with myself.
You're using too much toilet
And
paper.
someone else is
What?
like judging me.
Okay, for you,
You know you're gonna have to fucking buy that later.
Yeah.
That's not what...
That just moves around.
Okay, now, well, that's too little. You're gonna have a tear through.
Wait, were you trying to have... What is that called? When you get the little...
The tear through. Yeah.
No, not the tear through. Not that. When you get the little particles that are like...
dingleberries.
Dingleberries! Were you trying to get some dingleberries there?
Dingleberries
Trying to complete a joke? Question closed.
I'm really curious about your tough guy tattoo that's checking out your dingleberries.
No, dingleberries are the little powdery stuff.
No, I know what a dingleberry is.
Yeah.
I know what they are.
He's helping me out.
We've
because
granted
that's what he's there for.
far too much time to this time.
Yes.
Jody, do you have a question?
This went from the shortest to the longest.
Yeah.
That's fucking fun.
As we wrap up our show today, we look back at most of our peeves being about work, and this one is sure one of our favorites from Chocolate Thunder.
So, I have been working since 9 today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been about 13 hours.
Oh, yeah, because it's about 10 o'clock.
So I partied real fucking hard last night.
Girl.
Really fucking hard. I went to bed about 4 o'clock.
Ooh, that's rough.
I woke up at 6:30, got my shit done, got ready, went to work. Almost had to beat a bitch's ass. I almost had to kill a child today.
Almost had to.
Oh, okay.
I need to hear this story.
Here's the thing. So there's a grocery store section in the museum where I work. So the director just thinks we need to have a shit ton of shit out there when we really honestly do not. It's unnecessary how much stuff is there.
I've been there. They have a ton of stuff in that
It's
section.
unnecessary.
Yeah, you're right.
So all the kids take everything off the fucking shelves and put it in like this little toy house that we have.
Yep.
Everywhere in the house. And then it's in the pizza parlor and it's fucking here and there everywhere. So I go over there and start picking it up because I'm not about to be there till 5:30 because I have another commitment to get to. And we have these little pies. They're fraction pies that go on this table. So I found all the pieces of the fucking pies, put them in their dishes, and put them on the table. So I'm putting the last one on the table. And this little child walks over to the other side of the table where there happens to be one pie. Looks at me, grabs the pie, flips it upside down.
Staring you
On
in the
purpose?
face
Yes.
the whole time.
Yes. This is like a little tiny child. Like, he couldn't have been more than 3 years old.
Okay.
But he still knew.
Yeah, he fucking knew.
Oh, it was a boy, too.
Yes, it was a little boy. So then I gave him the death glare. I was like, don't you fucking touch that fucking kid. So then he's like walking towards me and I'm like, do I grab these pies and take them away or do I just leave them here? So this kid's coming around the table inching towards me and I'm like grabbing onto these pies for dear life.
Yeah.
He scoops up under my arm, grabs one of the pies, and empties it out.
You almost had to kill a kid today, yeah. I completely understand.
Where was this kid's mother?
I don't know.
Oh, no, you have problems with parents all the time.
So then I was just like looking at him and I'm like, you fucking asshole. So then he's just looking at me and he's like walking around behind me and he's like doing like this on my butt and I'm like, what the fuck? Where's your mom?
For those of you listeners, it was like drumming on her butt.
Oh yeah.
Patty cake thing.
My bad.
Right.
So then I like took all the pies and I
assault.
walked away and I almost had to kill a child.
Well, that's pretty bad.
I was so fucking mad.
That's a type of situation. You explain that to the courts, they would not convict you. They'd be like, you
Like, yeah,
were
for sure.
in the right. You didn't have a choice.
He knew. He knew he should not have done that because I just put that down.
Wow, we've had some good laughs tonight, haven't we?
It was great looking back at those 50 episodes.
That's right, it has. It was really more like 49 episodes, but whatever.
Oh.
So if you...
Way to ruin the illusion.
Whatever. You do what you can. If you've liked what you've heard tonight, be sure to check out iTunes or MrRedProductions.com, Mr. spelled the long way, or wherever podcasts are sold, where you can listen to our entire backlog. Also, if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that at Peeves and Q's. And if you have a question for us or a comment or a peeve, you can send those in to peevesandqspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
That's right.
And we'd like to thank everybody who's been on the podcast, and we're so excited to the next 50.
Every episode comes out every Monday, so be sure you tune in and tell your friends. And thank you for listening.
Can they follow you?
They can follow me on Twitter at Mr. spelled the long way, Red2342. That's at Mr. Red2342.
And they can follow me at Clever Girl, the letter F and the letter X.
And lastly, our podcast is also on YouTube. So we don't have a URL specifically, but if you search Peeves and Q's on there, that might be an easier way for you to listen. Maybe you're listening there now. Who's to say?
We don't know, but
are
we care.
We care. We scare because... Never mind. All right.
Copyrighted. You can't say that.
So thank you for joining us on these 50 episodes. And join us on the next 50 and a million more.
And beyond.
And beyond. Goodbye, everybody.